So $600 billion, not million, that's billion with a B. That's what Apple just committed to American manufacturing, and it's just the beginning. My name's Tom McCullough. I'm a White House correspondent for the Next News Network, and I'm keeping your seat warm while Gary races to cover Ron Paul's 90th birthday live on Saturday. But today's news can't wait, guys. The largest manufacturing investment in Apple's history is creating 20,000 jobs in Kentucky alone. Micron's bringing chip production home, inflation's down for the first time in 4 years, and real wages are rising. So Stephen Miller calls it the golden age of American economy, and the numbers prove him right. This isn't campaign promises, this is happening right now. The manufacturing resistance the establishment said it was impossible is roaring back to life. So go ahead and stay tuned, guys. We got crazy good stuff coming. So while America's economy builds on real manufacturing strength, your skin's foundation needs real collagen strength. Just as factories create jobs, collagen creates your skin structure, but we lose it after 40. That's where economic wisdom meets skincare science. Ageless Multi-Collagen delivers 5 essential types for our 4 premium sources, rebuilding what time tears down. Like smart investors diversifying portfolios, this formula diversifies collagen sources for maximum results. That's non-GMO, hormone-free, supporting both your appearance and NoKidHungry.org. In this booming economy, invest in yourselves. Manufacturing is coming home, and your youthful glow can too. So get 51% off at healthwithgary.com because real wealth includes looking your best. So while America rebuilds its economic foundation with real investments, let's see how President Trump just secured the largest corporate commitment in our nation's history. So watch Trump himself announce Apple's massive investment that's reshaping American manufacturing. This moment will be studied in history books. Take a look.
Thank you very much. It changes our country. I mean, our country is a very different country than it was 6 months ago. And people like Tim are coming. We had Micron in yesterday. We had all of the big, great companies that you read about, you don't know about, but you read about. Many of them were making products outside of our country. Foolishly, we lost them. If we had the right person sitting in that seat, that would have never happened 20 and 30 years ago. When you look at the chip business, it would have never left our shores. We had 100% of chips originally, and then we slowly got taken down to nothing. We have the biggest chip companies, the both of them, but we have the biggest in the world coming in. They're going to Arizona and beyond. And we're going to have, in a short period of time, we'll be up to almost 50% of the chips from starting in nothing. And that's something. But we have the greatest companies in the world coming into our country. And that means jobs, and it means wealth. And wealth means security for our people.
I mean, I think... and I agree with Trump when he said our country is a very different country than it was 6 months ago. And it's different because we have leadership that puts, guess what, America first, guys. And here's a breakdown of Apple's historic commitment. 20,000 direct jobs, but that's just the beginning. The ripple effects will transform entire communities. Check this out.
These investments will directly create more than 20,000 brand new American jobs and many thousands more at the Apple suppliers like Corning, Broadcom, Texas Instruments, and Samsung, who all deal in that world. As part of this historic commitment, Apple will massively increase spending on its domestic supply chain for the iPhone and will build the largest and most sophisticated smart glass production line in the world in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, which is a great, actually, I did very well there. I like it because I see I did very well there.
Yeah, he did pretty well everywhere. So the most sophisticated smart glass production line right here in Kentucky. It's not in China, guys. It's not in Vietnam. It's in Kentucky, United States of America. So CEA Chair Steve Moran explains why this matters for national security. It's not just jobs, guys. And that's economic strength is national defense. Check this out.
What we're seeing so far is a renewed commitment to investing in America and improving the resilience of American production and the self-sufficiency of the American economy, which is a great thing, both from a jobs perspective and also from a national security perspective. So more commitments like this from Apple and from other companies is definitely a good thing for America.
Would any of this happen if it was like Kamala Harris or Biden in there, guys? Right now, we have self-sufficiency, resilience, and security. When we make our own technology, we control our own destiny. Trump reveals a full scope. It's $600 billion over 4 years. That's $100 billion more than was originally planned. And watch the master negotiator at work on this. Check this out.
Today, Apple is announcing that it will invest $600 billion, that's with a B, in the United States over the next 4 years. That's $100 billion more than they were originally going to invest. And this is the largest investment Apple has ever made in America and anywhere else. And it's just an honor to have you. As you know, Apple's been an investor in other countries a little bit. I won't say which ones, but a couple. And they're coming home. $600 billion. It's the biggest there is. The company is also unveiling its ambitious new American manufacturing program, which will bring factories and assembly lines across our country all roaring to life.
If it could be said about the last 6 months of Trump's administration, about companies and the economy, it's that they are coming home. The same companies that fled to China, that abandoned American workers, they're racing back. And that's what real Trump leadership delivers. And Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent drops the truth bomb about inflation and wages. For the first time in 4 years, inflation is down, while wages, they're going that way. They're going up, guys. Check this out.
There is an affordability crisis. We inherited a big affordability crisis, and we've got, as I've said, President Trump's doing peace deals, tax deals, trade deals. We've got the tax deal in place, as you kicked off the top of this segment with. The trade deals are largely done, and now we can really hone in on the affordability. At Treasury, we're going to be looking at what we can do for housing, for student loans, for overall, because there is an affordability crisis. The first step in easing the affordability crisis was to bring down inflation. Inflation in May was down for the first time in 4 years. So to address it, you've got to stop the increase first. And there are two ways to address it, the affordability crisis. You can stop the inflation, and you can have very strong real wage gains, which is what I think this manufacturing renaissance is going to do.
And guys, the affordability crisis is ending. And that happens when you bring manufacturing home. You create real jobs with real wages that beat inflation. And Steve Miller, one of the biggest geniuses in the world, connects all the dots: tax cuts, energy deregulation, and Trump's negotiating genius that created this boom. Watch him destroy these doom and gloomers. Check this out.
The economy was on its deathbed when President Trump came into the Oval Office. Joe Biden and the Democrats and whoever was running the White House, be it the Autobahn or anyone else, had suffocated the life out of the American economy. The worst inflation we've ever seen, soaring energy prices, no investment, no innovation, losing out to the world, and the drastic overregulation of every segment and facet of the American economy. President Trump came in. Now we have the largest tax cut and reform in American history. We have the most pro-energy agenda in American history. Lee Zeldin, the head of the EPA, just did the largest energy deregulation action in American history. You mentioned the investments. I had the honor and privilege of watching the president negotiate with the EU and Korea and Japan the largest investments in American history we've ever seen. This is the golden age of the American economy, Sean.
Say that again for the camera, guys. The golden age of the American economy. It's not rhetoric, guys. This is reality. The largest tax cut, the biggest energy deregulation, the greatest investment surge in history. Think about what just happened in 6 months ago. The Economist said American manufacturing was dead. China owned the future, and that our best days were behind us. And then what happened, guys? Trump took office. Now Apple's investing $600 billion. Micron's bringing semiconductor production home. We're going from 0 to 50% of global chip production. The European Union, Korea, and Japan are pouring money into American factories. This isn't just about jobs, though 20,000 families in Kentucky would absolutely disagree about that. This is about reclaiming our destiny. When we make our own chips, we control our own technology. When we build our own factories, we secure our future. And every single factory that Democrats said would never reopen, they're roaring back to life, guys. Every job they said was gone forever, they're coming home with better pay. Every community they abandoned, getting a second chance. The establishment wanted managed decline. Trump delivered explosive growth. They wanted Americans dependent on China. Trump made China dependent on access to American markets. So, if you guys got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So, this is what America First looks like, guys. Not empty slogans, but $600 billion in real investment, real factories, and real jobs. While Biden sent our money to Ukraine, Trump brought it home to Kentucky. While Democrats preached about transitions, Trump delivered transformations. 20,000 families getting paychecks from Apple. Entire communities reborn around semiconductor plants. Inflation finally retreating while wages are advancing. This isn't just an economic boom. It's an American resurrection. We're not just competing with China. We're crushing them, guys, crushing them. We're not just surviving. We are thriving. The establishment said manufacturing was dead, that we should accept service jobs and just shut up. Trump said, watch me, and delivered the greatest industrial comeback in history. So I have a question for you. Is this the greatest economic turnaround you have ever witnessed? Guys, yes or no? Let us know below. And celebrate American greatness. Grab your Next News gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Again, this is Tom McCullough. America is back, guys.